Okay, great. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sorsa-Leslie. I'm the Managing Director of Hammerkit. And what I'd like to do is to kind of take you briefly through our business, the reason why we exist, and why we think things on the web have got to change, and why we created Hammerkit in the very first instance. So it's kind of thumbnail sketch about Hammerkit. Essentially, we're a company based in Helsinki, 12 people, focused on actually changing the way sites and services are built on the internet. So our basic mission is that, fundamentally things have not really changed in the way that we build sites and services since the World Wide Web was introduced. So we still code basically the same way, we still use the same basic tools that we were using, and nothing really fundamentally has changed. The industry is still really a craft industry. We're still basically a bunch of artisans working in sheds on small projects and kind of trying to find our way through making those projects faster, more efficient, and getting them out to the clients and the customers faster. So what we were trying to do with Hammerkit was address the fact that it's still too difficult today to build great, data-driven, dynamic, rich, real-time, interesting web services. So how do we make that easier and faster? And the way that we have done that is actually our core innovation in Hammerkit is we've invented a new way of building sites and services, which is markup language independent and lets you cut and paste functionality as though you were cutting and pasting images or text. And the reason we're able to do that is because we've developed this kind of markup language independent approach. We've taken some ideas from industrial production around the concept that you start with small bits and you form them into components and use those components to create products. And we've taken that exact thinking and applied it to software. And I think the kind of cool thing for me is that I joined this business, I joined Hammerkit 2 years ago because they built me a system. They built me a system faster and cheaper than I was able to do that before. And I got so interested in what they were doing and how they did that I dropped what I was doing and I got involved in Hammerkit instead. So fundamentally what we're doing is we're taking the approach that says that we use elements that are coded once by coders, we give those to designers, and those designers are able then to build great sites and services. And what we do for the designers is we provide them with complete design freedom to exercise their own creativity without the restriction of only working in Photoshop or only working in a wireframe. They can go and create live sites and live services very quickly and easily without knowing how to code. One of the most important things about what we do with Hammerkit is the kind of concept of reuse and recyclability. I've heard so many coders tell me that they get super bored doing the same stuff over and over again. So what we have tried to do with Hammerkit is to build a system that allows them to do things once, to do it exceptionally well, and to give that thing that they've done to a designer who can then use that going forward. Hammerkit is unique in the sense that it's completely online. It's a cloud-based application. There's nothing to download or install. And the new version that we're going to launch in January actually kind of takes this design process to what we consider to be kind of like the level of as simple as it can possibly get. So the basic construction model is you take elements, you build components, you use components, and you build sites. And that's the whole thought process behind Hammerkit. We break everything down into those elements and components and then allow you to build these really great sites. The key thing that's important about the technology is that Hammerkit is an open platform, so you can use any pieces of existing code, you can use any existing open source libraries, you can use any existing API to build elements. And once those elements are built, you can then construct those elements together to build these sites and services. And what we're trying to do is just to make sure that the way that the whole software development process goes at the moment doesn't get the tool in the hands of the client fast enough. So what we're trying to do is to make sure that there's more time devoted to user experience, user design or service design, and to the actual whole experience for the client, and less time spent engineering or re-engineering the same systems over and over again, because that's what we do in the industry today. So what we still need is fantastic rockstar coders to build these really great elements, But what we also want now are great designers who can take those elements and build great sites and services. But that fundamentally we want to kind of change the way that the industry is working so that the designers are spending more of the time and the coders are spending less of the time. And to be absolutely clear of that, we want to make sure that designers, the coders are spending less time on doing dull, boring, repetitive stuff. So they've done it once, they've done it well, and they don't need to go back and do that again. So, a new version of Hammerkit will launch, called Hammerkit Studio, will launch at the end of January in public beta. We're really excited about the product. We just got selected to go to Barcelona for this European Venture Contest to kind of pitch the business and hopefully win this lovely 90,000 euro award. So we're kind of looking forward to that. The kind of phase we're in as a business is really exciting right now because we're growing. We've got some great traction around our product, and it's a great pleasure to be able to come here and kind of share that with you tonight and talk to you about it.